All right. Hey, hey, hey. We are officially live. Thank you, everybody, for joining me today for Dr. E Speaks and for Wine and Wisdom. I am so excited to be talking tonight because y'all just don't know. I need all the wine and all the wisdom. Okay. I hope I'm not by myself in this. I need all the wine and all the wisdom. So, first of all, let's raise a glass to the fact that we made it to Wednesday, honey. We in the building. And the main thing that I want us to focus on today is that we are arriving. Y'all hear me? Y'all hear me, ladies? We are arriving. We are here. And so today's topic is about unlocking self-worth, right? Empowering women to find validation within themselves. Now, y'all know Wine and Wisdom is all about our time to sip, savor, and elevate your mind. So go ahead and take a sip as so. That's some good wine right there. And let's go ahead and get this mind elevated. Now, tonight, as always, I will drop some nuggets. So if there's something that I say to you that resonates with you, you need to connect with me. So I want to invite you on your seen and be heard call, because this is so important for us to be seen and heard, especially in our relationships and in dynamics where we don't feel like we get that level of respect that we are entitled to. And so I ask you to stay on and connect with me, because I will be putting the link in the chat so that you guys can easily connect with me for your call. But just a little bit about me for y'all that are joining me for the first time. I am Dr. Carlia East. I am a powerhouse woman, unapologetic badass clinician and psychotherapist and empowerment coach. I've been in the game for over 20 years, serving and providing for women all over the United States and helping them to rediscover their resiliency and redefine who they are so they can walk in fearlessly in any room, whether it's the bedroom or the courtroom, and slay all day, every day. And so I just want to make sure that we are all on the same page, because what I'm about to bring y'all today is going to be serious. Now, first of all, let me set the scene. Y'all meet Lisa, okay? Lisa is the lady for today, all right? Now, Lisa is in a committed relationship. She's been in this relationship for about 4 or 5 years. She and her mate get along. They talk about everything. They have all these strong connections. She's also a powerhouse in her career. She handles her business every day she goes to work, and she comes back and handles it just the same. But there are moments when Lisa has a very difficult time trying to maintain who she is and maintain her vulnerability with her relationship. She oftentimes will ask for validation within her relationship from her mate. Now, how many of y'all have been in that position? Put a 1 in the chat that you know you have asked for validation from a relationship. And so I'm gonna break down what validation is, because some of y'all acting like y'all don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, let's go through some pointers. First of all, one way that we try to make sure we're being validated is by seeking constant validation from our mate through compliments, right? Do I look nice, honey? Do I look good? Do you like this dress? Do you like this outfit? Those types of things. But there are also some other ways that we seek validation from a relationship, especially when we're feeling personally insecure about certain things. Another thing is constantly watching our weight, constantly being aware of how much we weigh, making sure that we measure up just right, making sure that, we haven't lost that spark that, she or he loves, that we haven't, gained those extra pounds, that we're still looking tight and right for the summer, but we fixate on those things. How many of you also fixate on clingy type of behaviors? Where you going? Who you with? Where you been? Do I know them? How I know them? Introduce me. You ain't introduced me. I'm not important. Come on now. I've been that chick. I definitely was that chick that was concerned about making sure that I knew everybody, because I want to make sure I was important to this person. I want to make sure that I felt strong enough and empowered to be with this individual, right? And so from that, there became all these other things I would do, like competitive behaviors, making sure that I looked at other people's relationships and dynamics and begin to cross compare those to my relationship and dynamic. Okay, well, Tiffany over here cooking 3 times a week. I'm only cooking twice a week. So let me go ahead and figure out what I'm gonna do for this third day, right? As if what I was doing wasn't enough, as if what I was doing wasn't good enough for me to be worth a relationship. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? Like, we be doing the most, trying to feel valid, trying to feel good. And what happens is when our mate tells us, good job, I'm proud of you, I love that, honey, that's awesome, I'm so glad you did that, we eat that thing up like a bowl of baked ziti. Do y'all understand? We eat, eat it up. But the problem is we can't expect our mate to sit there and give us compliment after compliment after compliment every single day, just in order for us to feel good about ourselves. Okay, do y'all understand what I'm saying? We can't sit there and you want them to go to work, don't you? Right? we need folk to pay some bills other than us, right? So we can't be the only, just sitting here waiting for compliments to come. So y'all ready for the wisdom? Y'all ready now? And I already called you out and showed you a mirror, let you know what you're doing. So stop denying your stuff. This is the thing. There's nothing wrong with you that you do that. Let me just explain that to you. There's nothing wrong with you that you perform that type of behavior. You are a woman of worth and value. Of course, you want to feel valued. Of course, you want to feel wanted. You want to feel desired. You want to feel needed. So it's not wrong that you have those feelings, but we got to keep it real. Now, in Lisa's case, the bottom line is facts. She is uncomfortable with who she is, right? She's uncomfortable with the person that she's presenting as in her relationship. So for her, her insecurities are going to continue to grow, right? When we are insecure in one area, ladies, and we don't deal with that, I need y'all to understand that that will bleed right on into some other areas. So if you're insecure about your mate and your relationship, next thing you're going to be insecure about when they go and do things on their own, or you're going to be insecure about one time they came in, or you're going to be insecure about who they're on the phone with. I'm going to tell y'all like this. I'm too busy trying to get a bag to be insecure. Y'all understand what I'm saying? I'm too busy trying to raise my son to be insecure. I'm too busy loving on myself from head to toe to be insecure, okay? But we need to start recognizing that we have to validate ourselves. We can't just keep going to trainings, reading self-help books, and not focusing on the thing inside. We can't keep distracting ourselves with looking fine and zipping up the costume and being okay, but really not feeling okay. We can't keep doing that, ladies. Do you understand what I'm saying? How many of you have put on that mask? Put it 2 in the comments. Have you put on that mask? You know you did. You put it on, you just took it off just now, because we constantly feel, especially in front of our mates, that we don't want to show that vulnerable side. We don't want to seem weak. We want them to know that we're strong and we're powerful, but at the same time, we're hiding that secret. See, seeking validation from your mate is not a bad thing, all right? But it's when your primary feelings become completely and totally responsive to that comment, that's the problem. Because whether it's a retreat, an audiobook, or any of those things, we have to recognize to celebrate our own achievements. Because at the end of the day, think about what's happening. You are giving someone else the opportunity to determine your worth. When we seek validation from someone else, we are letting them know or giving them permission to tell us how we're valid, to tell them what we're worth, to tell us what we're worth. Like, think about that. We are allowing somebody else to define our worth, our mate, this whole thing that's supposed to be about reciprocity and love and equality, and we're allowing our mate to tell us how we should feel about ourselves, okay? Y'all ready for the nugget? I know I already gave you like 20 nuggets already, but this is the one I need you to know. The one thing that you gotta start doing in order to get past this, to get through this need to constantly being, constantly feeling the need to be validated by somebody else, is you gotta start celebrating your wins. Y'all hear me? You have to start celebrating your achievements, celebrating the things that you've done well every single day. Do you hear? Every single day. What I do is I have a to-do list and I have a to-do list. How many of y'all got to-do lists? Right? A series of things that we write down. So let's say you have a to-do list of things in your relationship, things that you want to do, things you want to bring to the table, how you want to improve, right? And you may not reach all those goals throughout that year even. It might take some time to grow, because the more you know, the more you grow, right? It takes some time. But if you are only allowing yourself to be valued by someone else's opinion, then you're not taking the opportunity to recognize the good things and the good works that you're doing every single day. Those are your to-dos, right? What else are you doing in that relationship that's bringing joy and love and happiness into that thing? Are you, do you cook? Do you help out in chores around the house? Do you guys do projects together? Do you paint together? Do you go grocery shopping together? Are you guys helping with planning each other's lives? Are you washing the dog together? Listen, there's shit that you're doing that validates you. There's ways that you're showing up every single day in your relationship that proves that you are worthy of being loved. But you've got to start recognizing those things. You've got to start celebrating every time that you get up and put on something cute and be like, look at me. Because nobody else is going to do that for you. I can't wait for my husband to tell me I'm fine. I already know I'm fine. He late. He late to the party, honey. I was fine at birth. That's just what I was told. But y'all get what I'm saying, right? We cannot continue to wait for other people to validate us. We've got to validate ourselves. So do y'all understand what I mean by celebrating those small achievements? Every last one of them. You woke up this morning, that's a celebration. You have food on the table, that's a celebration. You didn't cuss out such and such yesterday, that's a celebration. You might have got you some last night. Now that is a whole celebration, okay? But we have too much to celebrate in our relationships to be around here feeling like we're not enough. Working on validating things in your relationship is necessary. Remind yourself of your strengths. Remind yourself of your purpose. Remind yourself that you have value too. That man or woman sitting down on that sofa looking at you because they love you. They want you there. So don't you ever feel like you're less than them or anybody else in the room. Now, how many of y'all got a nugget today? Who got a vibe? I know y'all got a vibe today. And I hope you guys were taking notes and recognizing that in relationships, there's going to be that ebb and flow, right? But at the end of the day, the only way you're going to secure your relationship is if you feel secure in yourself. So I want to invite you to jump on the Seen and Be Heard call with me so I can teach you how to embrace your beauty from all angles, confidently communicate your wants and your needs, because wants and needs are both necessary, and reset your mind, right? So that your happiness shines through and through every single day you walk into any room. I have enjoyed tonight's Wine and Wisdom. I love talking about relationships and finding that balance and us being able to speak our minds as women unapologetically, but with the same level of compassion for ourselves that we show so many people every single day. Now, if this sounds like something you are ready to do, I need you to say ready. I need you to DM me ready so I can send you the information for this call, because baby, aren't you tired of not having your voice heard? Aren't you tired of seeking validation from relationships, right? Aren't you tired of not feeling like you are worthy in that relationship? It's time out for that. We're not bringing that into 2024, right? We're going to keep this moving. So as always, ladies, it's been a blast hanging out with y'all. I have enjoyed encouraging and providing this insight. Please don't forget to like, share, follow me, let people know that I am in the building, that I'm out here in these streets providing these nuggets of wisdom so that we all as women can continue to embrace our individuality and our unapologetic authenticity. Until next time, you guys continue to be healthy and be safe and love your wine and definitely enjoy the wisdom. Bye.